here at Mana Retreat Centre is a beautiful Tara sanctuary. It's built according to the golden mean ratio, and it's very symbolic and sacred to the Tara energy. So everybody relax and just breathe for a moment. Just breathe. Go into the space of the heart with intention and with connection. Connect into the love that you are and have always been and always will be. No matter what goes on in our human existence and our human life, the dramas that come up on a day-to-day basis, we are love. That is our birthright, and it is really our only existence through all time. Chapter 1 is the transmission of 8 energy sequences from source creation, designed to clear and remove ancient energy patterning from the time of Tara and Mu that has locked us down as a human species into a limiting matrix of creation. I'm working in unity and co-creation with the Ascended Master Saint Germain, the Kohan of the 7th Ray of Ascension transformation, to bring you the first of 24 codes of light designed to activate more of your true avatar human potential. Now we're ready to begin. In 2011, I was living in upstate New York and in the Finger Lakes region. And one night it was early fall, and I was sitting on the deck of the house that we owned at the time, which looked out over the lake. And as I looked out at the lake, I saw a large orb of light. It was just stationary, glowing over the lake, and I knew it wasn't a plane because it wasn't moving at all, and it was much larger. So I kept looking at it. And as I leaned over the balcony to look at it more closely, a beam of light came and it hit me in the throat. And I just about fell over. And I telepathically got information. Words were, "We want to tell you a story." I felt it was the commander of a spaceship that was speaking to me, actually. And they said, we're coming soon, we want to tell you a story, and we want you to write it down and share it. So that was about September. The following January, and it was winter, it was quite early in the morning, I saw this big ball of light, this orb of light above the lake again, and I again got told, okay, it's time to get up and it's time to write the story. And this story is the story that I wrote called Sunshine Before the Dawn. This is this book. Essenyena is the heroine of the story. And Essenyena was a woman from Sirius who was a specialist in genetic engineering. And she, 100,000 years ago, persuaded the Galactic Council of the Milky Way to create a new upgraded species to seed the Earth called the human. And so a initiative was within all the star nations, the advanced star nations of the Milky Way, and they gave an aspect of their own genetic code to us, the human beings. So we're really star people, we're star-seeded, absolutely. So this story that I want to, just a little bit of the story now, is part of the book where Essenyena, the woman from Sirius, comes to Earth to explore the existing indigenous peoples of the Earth, because the DNA of the human had to be designed to mesh with the existing indigenous peoples of the Earth. And remember that they had regressed considerably because they were remnant peoples after Tara, and there was a lot of retrogressive evolution and a lot of fear held within the consciousness of these beings. They weren't human beings, they were beings, you see. Human type beings, but not human. So the human being was created, and I was told 8 men and 8 women, and brought to seed the earth in this place that had been created by the Pleiadians called Mu. This vast continent, actually 3 large islands really, in the Pacific. And so the human beings were brought to seed the earth and placed on Mu, which in Pleiadian means mother. So Mu is the motherland of the human being, understanding that there were other indigenous races on Earth at this time. So we were star-seeded to intermarry with the daughters of man, you understand? Intermarry with the beings who were on the Earth. Essenyena and her genetic team from Sirius came to check out the conditions, to make sure that the conditions were right, and make sure that the DNA that was created for the human, which was all of them together, could work and mesh with the existing inhabitants of Earth, the indigenous beings of Earth. So that over this long period of time, 100,000 years, the human gene is predominated. We are all human beings. See? But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. And so when Essenyena came to Earth, before she came to Earth from Sirius, she was given by Mostenia, the Lyran leader of the Galactic Council, a key. This key is both symbolic and actual. She was given this key and asked to take this key to Earth. But the key really is the words. The key really is the sacred words that Essenyena was taught to speak. You see? We all carry within all of us sacred keys and codes. And part of the real emphasis of the work of these 3 days at anchoring these 24 codes of light, it's about activating and turning the keys in the lock of all of us. So I want to read you a little bit from when Essenyena came to this place on Tara, New Zealand, as it was 100,000 years ago. On means the place of the light. Tara, as we know, to do with the genetic coding, and the Ra, the light of the infinite all. So on this beach, this beautiful beach, which is here very close to this place in the Coromandel called Cathedral Cove, Essenyena was met by this young man who just magically appeared on the beach dressed in a white robe. And this is what he said. "I have come here from the star Aldebaran," he said. "My purpose in coming is to acquaint you with the knowledge that will chart the future path of your soul." And Aldebaran is the divine star of revelation. The Stargate of Aldebaran opened around 2013 to allow for the more expanded light of the infinite all, God, to come into this Milky Way galaxy, to Earth and to us. The key around your neck is a real key. You will discover that one day it will open a real door. But for now, the key is to open another doorway, a doorway into your mind. Take the key and hold it in your hands. I will show you how. He placed the shell down on the sand. He had a conch shell, like these conch shells. He placed the shell down on the sand. Gently, he lifted the key from around Essenyena's neck, like the pungamu. This is the key, really. The heartstone is the key, because the key is the love that we generate within our heart. That unlocks the door. He spoke. A certain code is able to access the wisdom held within this key. The wisdom is from the higher heavens beyond Lyra. And I now know that the wisdom is from the heart of the diamond, from the councils of light and the infinite all source within the heart of the 22 galaxies of the diamond. I will teach you this code now. There will come a time when you will need to remember this day and remember these words that I speak. Holding the key in the palm of your hand enables it to stimulate the chakra entry points into the energy of your body. Just like a crystal, this key is a storehouse of information and knowledge. As I said, this wisdom is from beyond Lyra. It is not from these lower dimensional worlds. In the higher dimensional worlds beyond Lyra, all is light. Many beings are to come to you from these worlds, which is not just Essenyena or Judy, it's all of us. They will come to prepare you for your higher purpose and the destiny path of your soul. The many that will come to teach and commune with you will spark the many who will listen. He placed the key into Essenyena's right hand and supported it with her left. Say these words 3 times. These words are said in the language of the higher ones from beyond Lyra. They are precise codings of sound and light that will create an opening for your soul. They will activate knowledge and potential that is beyond what you have accrued in these 12-dimensional worlds of the lower heavens. Because in the lower heavens where consciousness, pure consciousness of soul, can take on a physical form, a physical aspect, it's within 12 dimensions only. Lyra is 12th dimensional. He said only 3 words, My Asmia, Yanonia, Yasinte. My Asmia, Yanonia, Yasinte. My Asmia, Yanonia, Yasinte. Essenyena repeated the words several times so as to commit them to memory. Immediately she felt the key begin to heat up in her hand. It grew so hot she almost dropped it. At the same time, a pulsing began in the region of her third eye, between her eyebrows, which is to do with creation and manifestation. The pulsations continued until her entire body vibrated with the energy. Then she saw a vision. It was a vision of a new earth, not the earth as it was now. This is 100,000 years ago. But the earth as it would be in some future time. This new earth vibrated only with peace and love and was a place of incredible light and beauty. It looked in her vision as if all the colours of this new earth were crystalline, as if the present colours of the flowers and birds and trees had suddenly altered to become more sparkling and filled with light. The reason she knew it to be the earth was that her vision was of the beach where she presently stood. Cathedral Cove, you see. She saw people bathing in the sea nearby, little children running on the sand on this future day on this new earth. The beach was full of people, laughing, kneeling in prayer and crying tears of joy. Her vision was not of the past, when the earth was 5th dimensional Tara. It was clearly of a time that was yet to come. So I feel that this is about the now. It's about what is yet to come in the future of our time in the next few years. Because we all know that life on earth is changing. We all know that it has to change. And we are being divinely prepared, supported now, to step up, to open into that which we really are. The old is gone and the new is arriving, and we have to be equipped. The correct conditions have to be prepared within our physical, emotional, mental bodies to handle this new energy and to step up to do our work, our unique work of soul and our human work, what we have come to do at this time to support our global family of light and to help create the changes that are needed here.